welcome back to the Sherwood Urban Farm. And in today's video I've got some fantastic tips and hacks on how to increase your food production. Let's jump right in. Tip number 1. If you get given ribbons around a gift parcel, or you just have some ribbon, or you can go buy ribbon, it is a great thing to use in your garden. So you can use it to tie up plants. Not only does this add support to your plants, but it also makes your garden look beautiful and adds that decorative touch. You know, there is just nothing worse than when you come to your tomatoes and then they've been stung by something, or some little worm has got in there. So tip number 2 would be repurposing net curtains. You make a little bag from them. I make the bag so that it is open on both ends, because sometimes you have to sort of shimmy it along the branch, you know, to get to the fruit, and then you use your ribbons again, and you're able to protect your plants like that, and it still allows the air circulation, which then keeps your fruits and vegetables healthy and thriving. For tip number 3, if you have soil that is alkaline, you can make it a bit more acidic using alum. This you will find in the swimming pool section, and it is for about 1.5 kilograms. You're looking at about 50 or 60 rand. So it's really worth the weight in alum. Anyways, so you would just use a little bit. You take sort of a handful and you sprinkle it over, and then you water it in, and this will be ideal for strawberries and blueberries. So I have blueberry plants in pots, and the one was struggling along, and I've never really bothered to amend the soil, but I thought, okay, everybody talks about blueberries loving acidic soil. So I have added some of this, and already within a week I could see the difference. There's some new growth coming up. So this is really something amazing that you can use to make your soil a little bit more acidic. Let's talk about efficient watering. If you live in the Eastern Cape, or specifically in Port Elizabeth, then you have to deal with quite sandy soil. Now the problem with that is it's almost as if it is hydrophobic. As soon as you water, it just wants to run off, no matter how much compost you layer on the top. So what I found is I will dig furrows or little depressions, holes in the soil. This allows the water to sort of dam up and then go in exactly where your plants are. What I also will do is I'll have my bed, and then in the bed I'll have a couple of strategically sort of placed just little depressions where the water will gather up and then soak into the soil and not just run off. The next tip has got to do with powdery mildew. If you spot the powdery mildew specifically on your butternut plants, don't panic, it's fine. You just cut off those leaves to prevent it from spreading. And so by cutting the affected leaves off, you are able to stimulate new growth and prevent it from affecting the rest of the plant. This will keep your plant in top condition. Tip number 6, string and pegs. This can be so useful in the garden, and it's so simple. Everybody has pegs, and string is easy to come by. So what I use the string and the pegs for is I use the string to trellis my tomato plants, the vining ones, now the indeterminate ones. The determinate ones you can just tie them up, but the determinate ones you will just wind it around the string, and then when you reach the top, when the plant has now reached the top, then you can lower it down, and then you are able to peg it back on again so that it is off the ground, away from pests, and then it allows for better airflow to prevent powdery mildew and downy mildew and the dreaded blight. Tip number 7. Sometimes you're not able to harvest enough of, let's say, tomatoes or gooseberries in one go to process it into a sauce or into a jam. So what I do is I will harvest as I see they are coming ripe, and then I will freeze them. In this way, when I'm ready that I have enough to actually do something with it, then I can process it into a sauce or into a jam. Now, last tip for the day is this apron. You really want to invest in a proper gardening apron for a number of reasons. You want to have a pocket where, as you're going around through the garden, you're able to put your harvest in. Then you want to have all your tools in your apron. So if I am busy and I see, oh, I need to cut off some powdery mildew leaves, I am able to just haul out of a little pocket my cutters, or I'll have a scissor available so that I can cut some ribbon, which is in my pocket over there. Or if I'm getting hot suddenly, instead of having to rush off into the house, I can just pull out my hat and put it on. And this way you're not interrupted by, oh no, I forgot the garden clippers. You've got it all in your apron and you're able to keep it all on hand. I even have a little pocket knife so that I'm able to open up a piece of fruit or cut a baby marrow off or something like that. So a really nice gardening apron, if you can get somebody to make it for you or if you can buy them online, that is such an asset in the garden. So there you have it. 8 tips and tricks to supercharge your food production. If you enjoyed this video and you found it useful, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And don't forget that notification bell. And I hope you have a fantastic day further, and I'll see you in the next video.